sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
I don't know if we're live or not. Everything's all messed up. Smiley, are you here?
I think I am. Is it me on the microphone?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're getting okay. The theme song came through like the studio speakers.
Yeah, which I didn't even know existed. So I went,
Yeah.
what is going on?
I like yeah, I bet I know. I like whatever earlier, like Tony and I were in here earlier, and I fell and I like dragged a bunch of shit off the table and I had to fix it. So yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Ted Drink Bit of Smiley's here. I'm your host, Chris Burnett, and we are sponsored by One Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Still haven't set up the keg fridge for the Marble Brewing, but
it's a work in progress.
We'll get it, yeah. Duke City Warrior is in the chat. Hello, welcome to the broadcast. Probably in anticipation for our guest today. We have wrestling this Thursday at the El Rey Theater, so we brought in former Duke City Championship Wrestling green and red chili champion Tony Davis. Turbo Tony, welcome to the show.
You had to lead with the former champ thing, with the former champ line.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Despite that, it's glad to be back. I'm glad to be back.
Come on, we're not going to start off on that level, all right? Are we mad already?
No.
Duke City Warrior says thank you. Welcome back to the show. You're but I mean, with that, for the hard reset, you are the poster boy.
I'm the poster boy for Hard Reset.
Yeah,
which is a surprise. I didn't see that one coming.
Did you? Yeah, they didn't consult you on any of the photo, or
I got a 45-second jump start.
Oh,
basically, I got the image sent to me, and then 45 seconds later, Fred was talking about it live, and I was like, "Cool, here we go."
And I sent you our poster, and then you didn't agree to it, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm putting it." Yeah.
And it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, good. And you are wrestling.
I am. Yep.
Who they announced it? Who did they announce you're wrestling?
So I'm wrestling Lonzo Romero.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know him.
He's a black and brave guy, so he's coming out of the Midwest. He's originally from New Mexico.
Okay.
So he went from here to Iowa to train, and he's coming back to wrestle.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So it'll be good. I'm pumped to wrestle him.
Have you? So Fred talked to me the other day. I guess there's something going on. There's some things going on in the background I can't really talk about yet, but I don't really know to talk about them yet. But and this has nothing to do with wrestling. This has to do with their other endeavors, like their radio show and whatnot.
Sure.
So, but anyway, he in that conversation, I guess he started a wrestling school.
He did, yeah.
Have you gone over there? Or?
I went over last week, so it's over by it's kind of in the middle of the city. It's by San Mateo and I-40.
Yeah.
I went. I think it was Tuesday. So
Yeah.
I went by Tuesday, checked it out. I love the space. It reminds me of the year I spent in Florida at Team 3 Academy.
Okay.
So it has a lot of that feel.
Are you gonna train, or are you just gonna?
I mean, I'm always training, so
Yeah.
Fred asked me if I was going to go there to train as well, and I said, of course. So.
Yeah, interesting. So that was kind of a because there's other schools in town.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a like, oh well, here we are. We're gonna do our own, I guess, which is good because like I would like to see some good, homegrown. I mean, we have like what's his name? Johnny Magna. Well, I don't know what he calls himself now.
Yes. Yeah. We've got Johnny Magna. He's training there. Ricky Rebel's training there too.
Yeah.
Sancho Martinez is there. Thunder, who's the one that's running the whole thing. He's leading the group too. Sally Taylor's there as well.
Right.
Who else do I know is there? There's a few other people that I've seen. So that's the current running group there.
And then we'll get into this in a little bit. You also have started your own. So you're a fitness trainer.
Yeah.
Fitness coach. And so you've started your own. You're going to start your own online like fitness training program, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
All right. we'll get into that. So Thursday, hard reset. We haven't done DCCW in quite a while.
It's been almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months, man. I haven't gotten to. Is this live? This is very live. Sparchino.
We were super live.
We're super live. Live and in living color. But yeah, we haven't done it for like 2 months, and I've been kind of jonesing for it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Thursday, and I think the ticket sales have been pretty steady. I mean, after the debacle at the Block, where they basically canceled the show.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, Duke City Championship Wrestling had nothing to do with that. That
was the venue, right?
The venue just decided to cancel the whole thing.
Yeah. Like week of, they
Yeah.
pulled the plug on it. So we couldn't find a replacement place in time, and so
No.
What, they were like, we don't want money,
They said there wasn't enough tickets pre-sold.
yeah.
so they didn't want money.
So they didn't
They
want
wanted
money.
way more money. They wanted no money as opposed to some money.
Right.
The thing with Albuquerque is we're a walk-up town, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
pre-sales are usually light regardless of what the event is, and
Right.
then you just crush on walk-ups day of.
Right. And I mean, DCCW at El Rey. Well, and everybody's like, why aren't you guys running the El Rey? Because in the summertime, the El Rey is a sweat box.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no central
that's
air
true.
at the El Rey,
It's
so
tough. We love it. It's our favorite venue. It's our favorite place to be in for wrestling.
Yeah.
It's amazing to watch it there. Like
Yeah.
it really, like
Yeah.
the whole feel of it is just. I mean, that space is so much fun to to go there and watch the event.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure the show that we did do at Hollowed Spirits, even though
Yeah.
it was outside and it was in the middle of the afternoon, that was cooler than it would have been if it was inside the El Rey.
Right.
So,
And it was still hot, right?
and it was still hot.
I missed that one too because I mean, the thing that sucks is like you get to do all these fun things that you like, and then you become successful in all these things, and then you get asked to do other things, and then all of a sudden you're like having to choose which ones you can do and which ones you can't.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I've been fortunate, and I've been getting to ask to do a lot of these fucking cool things, and and unfortunately, I'll book a thing, and then wrestling, the DCCW thing, they'll plan it out for the year, but then that's like a soft calendar,
Yeah.
and
It's a little tentative.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and so then they'll move a thing, and they'll be like, hey, we're gonna have to move this one because we didn't realize that this event was happening in Albuquerque, and we want to kind of don't want to coalition with it. Well, unfortunately, that'll be like the same time I'm going to be in Houston for Comic Palooza, which is a really big thing, and we're we literally.
I think we're running that this year because we're doing all the panels, right?
No, that was El Paso.
That's the El Paso one. Okay.
So in Houston, we were the headlining podcast. Really, we didn't
That's
know that.
amazing.
We didn't know that.
You thought you were just going out for a regular.
Yeah,
Regular
And- Well,
podcast.
we saw that our
oh, that's right, on the app.
yeah, on the app, we didn't know, and we were like, we got the app, and we looked up our time, and we were like 8:45 on a Friday, and I was like, well, that sucks, because I thought that was gonna suck.
Yeah.
We didn't know that everything closed at 8, and so everybody that was downstairs went upstairs because there was an after party. Basically, there was an after party, an arcade,
Yeah.
and us. And that was
Cool.
it. And so we got 30 something people in there, and we spent an hour and sat
So everybody
there.
just funneled over to you.
Yeah.
Because everything else closed.
Yeah, and then all the other podcasts had to be down there on the main floor and fight for attention with fucking
And we didn't think about it.
Anakin Skywalker. Yeah.
Tindrig Minimum spelled with a 1. We were automatically in the top of every list.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we didn't even. Yeah, that wasn't even planned. So I missed the show at at Hollow Spirits, which I was sad about. And they say that's what happens when you go to Rio Rat Hole. I didn't say it. A fan said it online. I did not. For the citizens of Rio Rancho who say that this show is too hard on them, I did not say that.
That wasn't us this time.
He was just reading a comment verbatim.
Yeah.
Just
I'm not saying I don't disagree with that comment, but
Christopher.
damn it. Yeah, and so it's so funny because we ran all the panels at El Paso Comic-Con last year, and they have already asked us to do it again, and I didn't know this was going to happen. They announced me as a featured guest.
that's amazing.
I'm on the website. If you go on the
Yeah.
website, El Paso Comic-Con, it's like Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, and then there's me. and then there's like some voice actors, and I was like, what the fuck?
So what I'm expecting is
Yeah.
when we get the next Kevin Smith movie, you're
Yeah.
on the call sheet.
Well, I'm gonna see them in October at Chronicon,
See,
and then I don't know if they're gonna come here in January, but I've heard that might happen.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So we're gonna be around Kevin quite a bit.
Nah,
so,
I'm chopped liver apparently.
hey,
It's Chris and guest.
you have
if
to work
that.
your way up, Smiley.
It's,
I know,
it's
it's-
Chris plus one.
Hey, Chris and some dude.
Yeah,
And some guy.
I don't
Some
know.
rando.
some
I think
rotating
it's
guy.
I think it's his assistant or something.
Hey, they treated you. They treated
No,
you
I'm kidding. They
as
treated me
good as
really
they
nice.
treated me. I'm gonna talk to Troy. But I'll do. Can we get some food this year? Because we did not get food last year, and we almost died.
Yeah, no, we were about to pass out on
Yeah.
stage. We're all
So I mean, but that has to be you too,
different
like
story.
right? Because I remember when I first started seeing you, it was in DWO days.
Yeah.
and you were kind of like the valet for some guys.
Yeah, so I was part of a group called the Fit and Tan Society. So it was me
That's
and,
right.
and the Josh Carey.
Yeah.
And so
Whatever happened to that guy?
he's still wrestling. I can't remember
Yeah.
what part of the country he's in. I was on a show with him a couple of years ago, and that was the last time I've seen him.
Yeah.
But I know he's still out there doing things.
Because you would bring out like his book of accomplishments.
I had this phone book size book that was just a
Yeah.
list of Josh Carey facts, and so
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
as we were making our entrance, it was my job to educate the crowd on all of the great things that Josh Carey was able to accomplish in his life.
Right. Very good.
So, yeah.
I love that. And it's funny because, like, back in those DWO days, there was another tag team. I think they were called the PP Rays.
Yes.
And that guy went on and he wrestled in AEW
Uh-huh.
for a long time.
yeah, that was, who was that? That was Pretty Peter Avalon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to see him live here, he was clearly like above a lot of people.
Yeah.
Him and the other guy, I don't even know who the other guy was in the tag team, but they both were like phenomenal. And they would come out and they were like disco-y. They had glitter trunks, glitter boots,
Yeah.
and then they would get in the ring and they would like pose and then like gyrate to people's girlfriends, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, so a lot of people back in those DWO days. I mean, you had Mosh Pit Mike was, him and Ray Basura.
Yeah.
They
were Brute 66.
Brute 66,
Yeah.
and now they're Mosh was wrestling all over the United States, and Ray is part of Phase One.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
He's part of Phase One, which is great. So wrestling in New Mexico is starting to
Yeah.
boom a little bit.
Duke City Warrior says I was at a show during when Tony had that old gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were kind of like the enhancement talent back in the day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I was still very young in wrestling. So I
Yeah.
was still trying to piece things together.
And you had a big old beard.
I had a big old beard. Well,
Turbo Tony.
the big old beard came later. That was
Yeah.
around like
Oh, that's true.
2021.
That's true, yeah.
So that was actually around the time of my return to wrestling because I took a break from 2018 to 2021.
Well, New Mexico kind of did. So
New Mexico did, and my break lined up about the same time.
Yeah.
Not related, just coincidental.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I've been watching you, and you were on the first time you were on this podcast was when we were in that old house way over on Rosemont.
Yeah.
And you came on with
I came on with Ray.
Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Basura. No. You came on with what's his name? The luchador guy. God, he comes to the shows.
Oh, man. Who was it?
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Anyway, you were on that show.
Yeah.
And Mosh and those guys called in on that show.
I can kind of remember that. Who
Yeah.
was it?
Oh, I can't think of his name. But yeah, he doesn't wrestle. He hasn't wrestled for.
Was
Big
it,
City.
you said Lucha guy. Was it Rocky Penasco?
Mhm.
There you go.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, Rocky. And so yeah, so you wrestled. You came on with him,
Yeah.
and that was the first time I ever got to actually talk to you. That was a long time ago. God, I would say that was probably like almost maybe 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was new on the show at the time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was. Yeah,
I mean, I made my wrestling debut in 2009, September
Oh.
of 2009. So,
So it wasn't 8 or 9 years ago. Then.
yeah.
So it may have been like 6 or 7 years ago. 6 years ago, maybe 6 years ago.
6 years would have been 2019.
Jeez.
So it would have been longer than that
Okay.
because I was,
You said 2009.
yeah. That's when I
Oh.
made my debut. Yeah.
So it was like 8 or 9 years ago, probably. So we've known each other for a while. Kinda.
Yeah. Our paths were always just close by
Yeah.
and never really came together until Duke City.
Mm.
And then that's when we started getting
Right.
more FaceTime with each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
It's very true.
yeah.
And so I would say you're probably like one of the bigger, like, preeminent wrestlers in New Mexico now, I would say.
I will take your word for that. I'll take that as a compliment. So thank
Well,
you.
I mean, do you get a lot of booking, like, opportunities? Like,
Yeah, if you look at it objectively, I don't have issues finding places to go wrestle.
right.
And I'm at a point where if I don't pay enough attention to it, I'll end up wrestling what I would consider too much because
Yeah.
I have a bunch of other things that I do too. And I need to make sure I have time for all the other things because I'm doing the fitness coaching thing. I'm vice president on a motorcycle racing track organization, so I have to make sure I have time for that too.
Right.
And then I still have a normal Monday through Friday, so I got to make sure all that stuff still fits on the plate too.
So you race as well?
I don't race. I help organize everything.
I got you.
So I help make the place safe for everybody else to go race.
What is this? Saleh Taylor says, well, at least shades of Giovanni and Antonio made his way to DCCW, spread the gratefulness.
Solly knows a little something that may be coming soon. But
do you use another name in phase one?
So I do use another name in phase one. And what sparked that interest? Yes. So I do use another name. I use another name almost everywhere but Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
So Duke City has me in as Turbo Tony because before Duke City started, that was the name I was going by anywhere else I wrestled. And I found myself in an interesting spot around the time phase one started because phase one also wanted to have me wrestle.
Right.
At the time, and actually it's still the case. So Duke City has me wrestling and they have me wrestling as a good guy.
Yeah.
So
Face.
as a good guy. There was a situation early. It was either the first or the second phase one show where I was at a Thursday night show at Duke City as a face. And then that Saturday, 2 days later, they brought me in, but they like my more bad guy work.
The heel work.
So it felt weird to me to still use Turbo Tony for both of those, especially in front of the same crowd, because there's a there's a good overlap in the crowds between both of those promotions. And so that's where Antoine Giovanni came from. So Antoine Giovanni is my answer to needing to have a kind of a good side of the coin and the bad side of the coin.
Yeah.
And ever since I hatched that character last year, that's become the one that now I just want to put all my juice behind.
I didn't even know this. I didn't even know that you did this.
That's awesome.
No,
That totally
thanks,
makes
Saleh.
sense.
Thanks, Saleh Taylor, for showing what I don't know.
So Saleh and Duke City Warriors, they
Yeah.
both brought it up. So
yeah, I haven't got to go to a phase one show.
the next one is October 25th.
Where's that at?
It's going to be at the Shriners Hall, Louisiana and Zuni.
Oh, I know what that is.
Oh, wait a minute, I know where that is. Is
Yeah.
that the one that's in the hood?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've actually been to a lot of the stuff there.
We went to a Comic-Con there.
We went to we were part of a Comic-Con there.
Oh, that's right.
got
We had a
invited.
table.
Because again, we get we opportunities now, or if you know this world where like you have to be careful where you don't book too much.
Yeah.
So you just got back from Phoenix for the Phoenix Pro Wrestling, right?
Yeah.
What is it called? Phoenix.
So I was out there last night.
Yeah.
It's Phoenix Championship Wrestling. They had their yearly anniversary show. So it's the biggest show of the year for them. It was to mark their 7th year running.
Wow.
Nice.
And that's Don Vitale,
Don Vitale is
former DWO world champion.
Yes, former DWO World Heavyweight
I think
champ.
he was the world champion for DWO when I first started going.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells me about, so that would have been, when was that? That must have been around 2015, 2016 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's one of the guys that runs things out there that helps train wrestlers in the Phoenix area. He then helped with creating Phoenix Championship Wrestling to give those students a place locally to wrestle, to help hone their skills in front of crowds so that they can then go out and essentially what I see anywhere they go is they take over whatever promotion they go to.
Right.
So if you come to a Duke City show, you basically see 60% of the roster is PCWAZ.
Right.
And that's a great thing because everybody over there is mega talented.
Yeah.
So they elevate any show they go to. So I go to Denver once a month for Rocky Mountain Pro, and there's a lot of the same people that go up there for that too.
It's like shades of like Chikara and all those different promotions that like blew up and like you'd look at their roster and then now that's like half the roster in AEW. Or half all that stuff.
Yeah.
What's the Gorilla? What is it? Gorilla Championship? Is it GCW or
There's Game Changer Wrestling. That's one.
Game Changer. And then,
Yeah.
what's the Gorilla
Pro
one?
Wrestling Gorilla.
Pro Wrestling
is
Gorilla.
the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Championship Wrestling for Hollywood is a big one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all those types of companies where if you go look at their rosters from 5-6 years ago,
Yeah.
and now you go look at WWE or AEW
Right.
today, you're like, oh, those are the same people.
I'm glad you brought up WWE. So there's a lot of controversial shit going on right now with WWE. Okay. So I was looking at the ticketing for DCCW for the show, and definitely prices have gone just a little bit up.
Yeah,
But like, if you really think about it, though, and if you want to go watch, like, the main argument now for watching indie wrestling or independent wrestling is it's affordable.
yeah,
You could get these people who in 5 years might be in WWE, AEW for an affordable price. Did you see like what TKO said about WWE?
you mean that they're not done raising their prices?
Well, yeah, basically,
effectively, yeah.
Basically, they said that Vince McMahon priced WWE for families, and
Yeah.
that was very like short thinking, and they're going to look at the price structure and like.
I disagree with that.
I know you and I are probably not going to pay for the because WWE's coming in like November.
Yeah,
Those tickets were really expensive.
yeah,
Really
it's,
expensive.
It's wild. Yeah, and I don't. Again, like, who am I, right? I don't own a huge sports conglomerate or anything. But if you go back and you watch anything that was sort of behind the scenes when it comes to WWF at the time,
right,
when Vince McMahon was talking about his vision when he took over the company from his dad, he wanted to bring in the families because he knew that if you get them in as fans when they were kids, now you've got lifelong fans.
And he was
That
right.
is true.
So you get them hooked when they're younger. You don't have to spend near as much time or effort
Right.
to bring them in later.
I
Plus,
am well in my 40s and
Plus-
still love wrestling.
right,
It worked very well.
If you go to a wrestling show, or if you go to anywhere and somebody's trying to sell you something, there's always a certain level of resistance.
Right.
But if you have your kids asking you for something, you're more likely to give in to that. So if you have the kids asking for the John Cena shirt versus the person behind the merchandise table asking you to buy a John Cena shirt, you're more likely to sell that John Cena shirt.
Look at this. Like Michael James Stark says, you could take a family of 4 to Duke City Championship Wrestling for the cost of one nosebleed to WWE's upcoming Raw show.
And you're getting way closer.
Yeah.
Way closer.
Not only way closer, you'll get to talk to the talent, you'll get to take photos, you'll get to, see it, you'll get sweat will fly on you.
Yeah.
Blood will fly on
So,
you.
it's you get a much more intimate type of experience at a show like Duke City Championship Wrestling.
And I think that's like, that thinking is like, well, I mean, okay, let's look at
If you're not paying attention, you can get a whole crowd to boo at your friend.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I still think I could kick it again.
There's a lot more fun that can be had at a
there is
at a non-televised wrestling show like a Duke City Championship Wrestling.
but to their argument, this is a fact that blew my mind. So Oasis just recently did San Diego, right? They're on tour, right? This is unbelievable. They did a show in San Diego for 90,000 people. Hold on, I'm not done. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row.
So
180,000 people. And those tickets, you talk about expensive.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that's WWE's going to that too because they've been doing that for WrestleMania the past few years. They just did it for SummerSlam for the first time, and there's talks of doing it for a couple other shows like Royal Rumble and Survivor Series too.
Right.
Making
Well, now
them all
they're
2 days.
and now they're going to Saudi Arabia.
And now they're going to Saudi Arabia. In
They got
27
offered
for WrestleMania.
What they say they got $100 million to go.
Insane, yeah.
And you know what? Like all these people like that go like are the people who like there's people who've never missed a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to go? Because I don't know how that all works.
Yeah. I mean, I do what I usually do when I find out stuff like that,
Yeah.
and just out of curiosity, I look up what the cost of travel is, and I'm like, all right, what would it cost to go from here to Riyadh? Right?
Yeah.
And it was like $1,200 round trip, just for that,
Just for the flight.
and knowing what the prices were for tickets in Vegas and what they'll
Yeah.
probably be next year again in Vegas, which will
Right.
probably be higher. That's probably going to be paled in comparison to the prices in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah.
So-
and then you've got to worry about what are the laws?
Yeah.
What can you do? What can you not do? I mean, these are wrestling fans, man.
Yeah.
You know.
So, yeah, there's a lot of things of like, yeah, exactly like you said, right?
Yeah.
When you get to their country, you still want to play by their rules. So
Oh,
their rules are going
yeah.
to be different than our rules here in America.
Yeah.
and you don't want to step on any toes,
Right.
Because from what I understand, they're way less forgiving than we are.
Oh, a lot.
So
Yeah. But, it's going to be an interesting thing. I think a lot of fans, like, I don't know how this is going to go with the ticket pricing and the announcement of WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if it's going to work out or if it's going to go bad. But, like, according to TKO, they're like, well, we want to price it more like we do for UFC, which I don't know how much UFC costs. Is it super expensive to go to UFC?
I couldn't tell you.
Couldn't
I
tell
have
you
no idea.
And like, I don't even know who fights in the UFC anymore. So why would I want to buy a ticket? Duke City Warrior, I remember buying a ticket under $100 for a front row on a WWE show. This was years ago. Well, was it a WWE Raw, though? Or was it a house show? House show and Raw and SmackDown are different.
Are very different. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
very different.
I know this is the first time WWE is coming here for TV in
Yeah.
a long
time.
Very long time.
Yeah.
So I remember when we first started talking about it, half the regular wrestling fans just didn't believe it until it was announced
Right.
by the Rio Rancho Event Center,
Yeah.
and then people still didn't believe it until WWE finally announced it, maybe like 2 hours after that.
Yeah. Well, and then we were at AEW's live taping, you and
Yeah, when they were here in May. Yeah,
And that was cool, but it was definitely not. And I actually, I was kind of like, I kind of grown cold on like I'm cold on all, like I don't watch very much as I used to.
yeah,
It's hard. It's weird. I don't know. Again, you get busy and you don't have a lot of stuff. And then when you're also in the industry, it's a little different,
yeah.
You look at it a different way.
It's very true. Yeah.
Right? And you look at it like someone goes, "What do you mean look at it different?" I was like, I look at it like a magician's assistant watches like magic on TV. You know, you're like, oh, that was cool. I see how they did that. But when we finally actually ended up out there and we're there, I was very much into it and I dug it. I was like, this is badass. Yeah. But I'm interested to be at Raw.
It'll be. I don't know if I've been at I've been at a SmackDown.
I've not.
A couple
Yeah.
SmackDowns.
Here's the crazy thing. I had never been to a televised event till I went to WrestleMania in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that was another level. That was 85,000 people 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And sitting in an arena with 85,000 people, 85,000 wrestling fans, just the amount of Macho Man Randy Savages I saw,
Yeah.
just that was pretty amazing. But
I was at WrestleMania the year before that, then, because that would have been Dallas, and I think that was 75,000 2 nights in a row.
Wow.
And that was it was insane.
They're saying UFC
insane.
charges $150 for their ESPN Plus show in their Performance Center in Vegas. Oh wow, okay, and that's for a seat,
Right? That's not just like to watch it online or like on a TV show. That's for the seat.
right? Well, everything is getting so premium. Like you and I were talking, because you and I both are race people,
Yes.
and you and I were talking about F1. And I have trouble keeping up with it because you can't really watch it unless you pay for F1 TV.
Correct.
And I guess it is like the thing that I think they do wrong is like how they promote it. Because I was like, oh, it's expensive, and you're like, no, it's like $8 or $9 a month.
Yeah.
But they don't promote it like that on their site.
Yeah.
They're like, this much a year. Like, if you just tell me it's $8 a month, I'm like, oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
If you tell me it's like $100 and something a year, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. They don't
I don't know
really
why.
promote the monthly
Yeah.
price at all. It's always an option. It's an option
Yeah.
at all their levels. But yeah, they always talk about this is what it is for the year. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But yeah, you can't tell your significant other that. You're going to pay what now? No.
Yeah. But
Sure.
they make it very unique. When you buy it directly, subscribe directly through F1
Okay.
for their, because I was
I'm gonna
telling you
check it
before,
out. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
you get to it's awesome because you get to watch the race live.
Yeah.
But you can watch it almost live plus,
How do I? Okay,
because
so
you can pick, like, if you're
how do you choose a driver over a team? I'm like, I have the trouble with the driver thing because they jump so much.
which is great because through their service there's like a tab, there's a button that you can press and it brings up all the drivers.
I'm talking about how do you pick a driver? Like,
Oh.
how do you decide? Because like I'm like, for me, it was like I like, so I'm a fan of the Williams team
Yeah.
because I just love their history. I love
Yeah.
all the cool stuff that's happened. I mean, except for Ayrton getting killed, but like, they're awful because they can't afford to buy a really nice car
Yeah.
or build a new. but Carlos drives for them.
Yep.
But you talk about there's no bigger musical chairs in sports than F1.
Seriously, yeah.
Right?
Every year, there's seats that come up because contracts are running out, and so
if you race for Red Bull and you're not up to Max Verstappen's standards, then
man, they've gotten ruthless the past couple years.
Yeah, right.
They had Liam Lawson in earlier this year. I think they gave him 3 races, and they're like, "Nope, you got to go."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you watch that F1 Drive to Survive,
Yeah.
and like they'll bring in a dude, and then they'll have the backup guy all of a sudden, and like the next episode, he's like telling you about his life story, and you're like, well, I don't care, you're gonna be gone.
Yeah, you're already. Yeah, they've gotten so ruthless. Yeah. It's insane, and I'm not sure what switched that gear for them because they gave Checo a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he's now. Okay, now it's big. I know this is like people are like tuning in for wrestling, and we're jumping to F1 real quick. How do you feel about Cadillac though?
I'm intrigued by Cadillac.
I love that, like this brand. Like whenever I talk about racing and people, they're kind of semi-interested. I'm like, well, then there's Cadillac, and people are like, Cadillac is a part of racing, and like Cadillac is one of the biggest racing brands in the world.
Yeah.
In endurance, they're massive.
Yep.
And they're coming in as pretty much like the team Haas is an American team, kinda.
Yeah.
But Cadillac is full throttle American brand.
Yeah.
They're backed by Cadillac.
And whereas usually when you have a new team
GM.
come in, a lot of times they'll take over an existing team,
Mm-hmm.
so you still end up with the same
Kind
end
of.
result of 20 cars.
Yeah.
Usually some variant of that. And so now you have Cadillac coming in as team 11.
Right.
So now you have 22 cars on the grid instead
Yep.
of 20. So
And that's really weird. It's I know that's
yeah. So I'm curious about that. I think they made great choices in drivers.
They did.
They made fantastic
They did.
driver choices.
Yeah.
Still-
Checo.
yeah. So
And-
Checo, Valtteri Bottas.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Which is interesting, right? Because it's like around that time, those were the 2 rival teams.
Yes.
21, 22, 23.
Yeah.
And so you basically took
Mercedes. The Mercedes. Well, no, you took the
you took the Mercedes and the
guy.
Red Bull drivers.
And the Red Bull drivers,
which
yeah.
is a lot of people describe them as the number 2 drivers.
Mhm.
And I hesitate to use that label for them because technically they were, but it's like, well, okay,
Right.
but who are they number 2?
But they still
Four.
won. But they still won races.
Yeah. Like people forget about the fact that Checo was holding off Lewis Hamilton in 2021.
Right.
While
Oh, you mean 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton?
yes, 7-time champion world champion Lewis Hamilton.
The first black man to race F1.
Yeah, he was holding him off to let Max Verstappen catch up on his way to winning his first world championship.
Right.
So, and like putting the boots to him for a while.
Yes.
So like number 2, okay, but you're number 2 to Max Verstappen, and
Right.
you were holding off Lewis Hamilton. So how number
3-time world champion, Max.
correct? Yeah, 4-time now.
4-time now.
And so it's like, and same thing for Bottas, right? Like, yeah, you were number 2, but you were number 2 to a 7-time world champion.
Right.
So who you
And-
were regularly
and he-
sharing the podium with.
And
So
yeah,
it's-
and he stayed with him for a long time.
correct. Yeah. So it's not like Lewis was winning and Bottas was coming in like 11th or 10th. He was usually coming in 2nd or 3rd.
And Bottas could have easily have gone to
Easily.
many teams and been number 1.
Yeah.
Many teams.
So I think that's a fantastic driver choice for both seats.
Oh, yeah.
No announcement, I don't think, for team principal yet. Maybe something
I have
came
not.
over
I have
the
not
weekend.
seen that.
There's still Christian Horner rumors, and they'll probably still be there until they
Well,
announce the name.
And and to you and I, we're like, whoa. And like to Smiley, he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
These are random names you're now.
Christian Horner.
yes.
Christian Horner, like it's funny because like he was fired from this guy when Red Bull took over and created the Red Bull team originally. This guy became the principal, and he turned Red Bull into this joke where everybody was like, "Oh, an energy drink is going to have a Formula One team," to a team that won like 5 or 6.
Eight drivers championships,
8 drivers
6 constructors championships.
And then he was sending dick pics to somebody at work, and
Yeah.
and also while married to Ginger Spice.
Ginger Spice.
Yeah, like
Weirdly, that didn't go over well.
No.
Weirdly.
no, and so he got fired.
There was a rumor
Yeah,
right after he left, right after they got rid of him, that he was going to take over Fred Vasseur over at Ferrari.
right.
Which I thought was going to be the most hilarious thing
That would have been funny.
because you don't follow F1.
No.
No.
Okay, so I have to give you a little bit of context, which will probably help other people that are watching too.
The shock on my face was he was dating Jerry Halloway.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes.
what?
Yes, and so of course she was and she's on Drive to Survive. If you watch F1 Drive to
That was in the
Survive.
Gran Turismo movie, by the way.
Yes, she also was. Yeah,
So 2021 was probably the most recent hectic year for Formula One.
Right.
You basically had Mercedes versus Red Bull for the championship.
That's like the big rival.
All right.
And
That's
then McLaren,
the biggest
every once in a
rivalry.
while.
Its latest big controversy.
Yeah.
It literally came down to the last lap of the last race to
Yep.
decide who was winning that championship.
Yep.
The team principal for Mercedes was
Toto.
Toto Wolff.
You got to say it right. You got
Toto Wolff.
Toto Wolff.
Yes. And the driver there was 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Over at Red Bull was headed by Christian Horner, who had Max Verstappen, who was on his way to his first championship. The reason I say that would have been hilarious would have been because you now have Lewis Hamilton on Ferrari being principled by Christian Horner,
Oh, that would be funny. Yeah.
which would have been hilarious to me.
It would be funny.
Yeah, and there was also, this is the other part that would have been funny too to me. There was also rumors of Max Verstappen going to Mercedes for next year. So you would have also had Max Verstappen on Mercedes being headed up by Toto Wolff.
Toto Wolff.
So you basically swap team principals.
And when you see Toto Wolff, you know
get
why
it
we're
now.
saying it like
Yeah.
that, because he's like Austrian and he's like, I am Toto Wolff.
Yeah, if that would have happened, if that would have gone through, there was nothing anybody
Yeah.
would have been able to tell me to convince me that Formula One is not.
Oh, it's
Is
such a
not
drama film.
predetermined.
It seems like it.
Like,
It's so there's so much drama. Like in like the Netflix show was like whoever came up with that idea was such a smart person.
yeah,
And they're like everyone was against it. And then like they made them like F1 was like, you guys need to sign off on this, and everybody but Ferrari and Mercedes the first year did. And like then like the 8 of the 10 teams are like being shown, and like Ferrari and like Mercedes would be in the background, but they wouldn't talk to any of the people or anything.
Yeah.
And after that first season, all of the drivers from those other 8 teams became like home, like everyone knew who they were.
same thing with the principals.
What's his name?
Gunther Steiner?
No, the one guy, the guy from McLaren. He was from McLaren. He became like the star of everything, and he's a terrible driver. He's not great.
Oh, who was Daniel Ricciardo?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you knew what I'm talking about. But he's such a great dude on the show.
He's by far he was the best personality on the show. 'Cause he was the least F1 driver.
Yeah.
Because he showed up and he actually made people laugh.
Yes.
He had personality where everybody else was very
Flat.
flat, very even. Like you could
Yeah.
tell they
I'm
were all
a driving machine.
correct. You
Yeah.
could tell most of them were just media trained and they're just acting as their media
And
version.
he's like,
Daniel
Daniel
Ricciardo's
Ricciardo,
like,
I'm the best driver there is. Ah!
Yeah.
And so he's so good that like teams have brought him on just to be like the media guy.
yeah,
And so then all of a sudden the second year, Mercedes and like Ferrari are like, wait a minute, we want to be on this. And so now they're on it.
yeah. They're like, wait, we want to be famous too.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because like instead of just the drivers being famous, now you have the team principals are famous. Some of the engineers, some of the there's all these different people that float in and out now, and like they show them in the later seasons, and like the team principals like walking through the paddock, and like fans are like getting photos with them and shit,
Yeah.
and they're like, all right, I guess I'm famous
Yeah.
now too,
They're like, all right, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, because Gunther.
Yeah,
He's like, we look like a bunch of fucking wankers.
yeah. He's by far the most famous team principal because he's like Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
He's the least media friendly personality because he just says exactly what's on his
Oh
mind.
yeah,
What's a team principal?
that's like the coach or the manager of the team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
They run
yeah.
it. They run it all. Yeah, like if you were gonna put it in like football terms, it's like the coach.
Yeah.
Why would that help me out?
Yeah. Well, it's like the manager of baseball. I don't know. It's like the person who runs the whole team.
Let's stick with principal. That makes more sense to me. Like an academic standing principal, or even acting principal.
They basically run everything, and you
Yeah.
got to think these Formula One teams have like thousands of employees.
Oh yeah, they've got. I couldn't even tell you how many. They've got a building full of people.
Yeah. Or well, more than that. Because because they'll have like the facility back at their home base.
Yeah.
Where thousands of people that don't travel,
Right.
that are just there to like
Design stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I read Elvis's book. What's his last name? Elvis Presley. Because he was a Formula One mechanic. I've read 2 of the mechanics books, and then I read the Formula.
Got it.
And it's pretty amazing to go through and like hear all these stories from back in the day. But other than Formula One, you are a I'm not a lifestyle coach, like you're a fitness coach.
Yes.
Right? So how long have you done that?
So I've been trying to figure out some form of it since 2022, and I've tried a bunch of different bunch of different frameworks to try to make it work, and none of them really stuck. And it wasn't until this year where I came across a platform called Skool, SKOOL,
Okay.
that gave me the space to build the program out the way that I've always had it in my head, with some of the features that it has.
We killed
and
our
some of
viewership with the F1 talk.
Oh, they're all gone.
Like, bye.
But yeah, so I've been doing that, and so now I've officially pieced everything together the way that I want, and I can just keep growing it from there.
Yeah.
But I've launched everything through the Skool platform for all of my nutrition coaching. And
When did you start working out like heavily?
I started working out in 2008.
2008.
So I tried.
How old were you?
25.
Okay.
So maybe there's 25-ish.
Yeah.
So I tried once in high school. It didn't work. I just, I was trying to put on muscle because I was 130 pounds.
Yeah.
Still this tall. And
Oh wow.
didn't work. So I not quickly, but I took a weightlifting class in high school. So I lasted that semester, and then I just stopped. Tried one more time after high school. Still didn't work. So I just stopped. And then I started wrestling, and I was still 130 pounds. And shocker, I was hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And so I decided that I had to try one more time
Okay.
to put on some sort of muscle or some sort of meat on my body. And around the same time, I discovered powerlifting. So I gave that style of training a shot, and that actually got me to start putting on muscle. So
Well, you're just like you're like eating a lot of calories and lifting, right?
yeah, so you're just eating a lot of food and you're just lifting a lot of heavy weight.
Yeah. A lot of protein,
And real quickly, surprisingly to me, that got me from the 130 mark to like 150. So I was like, hey, I finally found something. So I've followed some version of that through the years, and I've tried like a bunch of different diets and a bunch of different workout plans. I've like if you've thought of it, seen it, I've tried it. So I figured out what's good about it, what's bad about it, why it didn't work, why it did work, and what the overall underlying principles for all of them are.
Okay.
And so that took from 2008 to like 2022, 23 when I started trying to make a coaching thing out of it.
Okay.
And so I took all those years and I basically distilled out the basic principles, and that's what builds the foundation for my program.
Mm-hmm.
And so the other side that I didn't like as I was trying to build everything out was I tried working with some business coaches, and they all said the same thing. You have to charge a lot of money to coach people. And by a lot of money, I mean like $2,000 to $10,000 for a program that's anywhere from 3 to 12 months. And the way
that's not a sustainable model, it seems like to me.
it sounded great at first, right? Because it's like, oh, if I can just charge, 10 people $10,000, I can make a 6-figure income. And that's the way they painted it, right? And they have all these frameworks and systems and tools to help you do that. And I'm like, okay, cool. None of them ever stuck with me because I've never had that kind of financial success.
Did you talk to Billy Banks?
I did not talk to Billy Banks. And it's funny that you bring up the unsustainability,
Right?
Because all of these coaches follow the same model, which is they showcase a few success stories, and 99% of those success stories were basically flashes in the pan.
Right.
So they show up, they follow the system, they have some success, they can't sustain it, and then they just magically just fade off into the sunset a few months later. Of course, I say 99%. There are a few that do pull it off, but it seems like that's just the few that pull it off already had a good business.
Right.
So it was just kind of like gas on an already existing fire.
Right.
So they were going to crush it no matter what. They'd already figured it out. They just got a few tweaks to just amplify what they were already doing well. And I tried a few times to just, suck it up and just like fake it till you make it when it came to sales. And I didn't have a lot of sales success because, quite frankly, I didn't believe in that pricing model. So
Right.
I'm sure it came across on any interaction sales wise that I had. Right. And so the other thing that Skool is really giving me the option to do is basically take the principles and lay it out in a way that I can make it more accessible to, people that don't randomly have $10,000 laying around and just spend on coaching.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but I don't know a lot of people like
Hold
that.
on. People that randomly have 10,000 laying around and want to get like super fit.
Yeah, because usually if I have that laying around, I'll like open a bar.
Right. Yeah. And so I decided to just create a program where it still goes over all the same principles, but it's in a way where it's way less.
Right.
Like it's $79 a month right now is what I've got it priced at.
What do you get for that?
So for that, I've got
And this is also not a paid like thing that he's like, I want to come in and I'm just asking.
So I've got a full workout program in there that's designed for any level of experience when it comes to the gym. So it's designed to build muscle, but it's not designed to just completely put you into the ground. So it's not going to wipe you out. It's not going to leave you sore for 4, 5, 6 days like everybody thinks. I'm in there all the time with just helping people with nutrition, because that's really the main focus when it comes to getting in shape. It's really like 20% gym.
You're not kidding.
Yeah, 80%.
I know. I do.
So
how much? Okay, so you've seen me.
Yeah.
Last time you saw me, do I look more fit now than I did last time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. And so, nutrition is like the steak and potatoes.
Yes.
Ironically enough. And then the gym is the seasoning on top. So I lean the whole thing more towards nutrition, showing people how to track their nutrition so that a lot of people like dog on me because I'm big into like tracking food and macros and all that stuff.
Then they're wrong.
They are all wrong. And I'll tell you why. Because these are the same people that will talk about how, oh man, I need to lose weight again. I'm going to go back on keto. Okay. And they'll go on keto because it quote worked before.
No.
Well, if it worked before, why did the weight come back?
Or then if it worked before, why did you quit?
Why did you quit it if it was so great, if it worked? Oh, because I had a hard weekend. Oh, well then is that really the best diet?
Yeah, you need something sustainable.
Or people will talk about the idea of like cheat meals. I'm going to be good for 6 days or 5 days, and those other 2 days I'm going to go off the rails.
That, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Chris, you have a girlfriend.
Yes.
How well would the relationship work if for 6 of those days you were just loyal? He already knows where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
If you were just loyal and faithful, and then on the 7th day or on the weekend you could just do whatever you want with whoever you want. That's probably not going to work.
Not going to work.
It's not going to work for like 98% of relationships, right?
You have to change your whole mentality on what you eat.
Correct. Why when we know that doesn't work in school, you can't cheat in school. You can't cheat at work. You can't cheat on your taxes.
No.
Even though some people try and some people succeed, but it still comes back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah, some way or other. Yeah.
But like with diet, all of a sudden we don't know what to do. Like if you have a pet and your pet gets overweight, you go, oh, we got to exercise the pet more. We got to take them on more walks.
We got to change what they eat.
We got to change what they eat, scale back the amount of food. But suddenly when it comes to what we need to do with ourselves, we just go blank. We don't know what to do.
Everybody, here's what I hate about it is like everybody wants to like look like a certain way. And then in like they're like, oh, I want to look like Brad Pitt did in F1. Whatever.
Great.
He's 60, one or whatever.
It's usually, now it's F1 and before that it was always the Fight Club Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like but you still want to eat all the things you eat. You can't. It's not possible.
Yeah.
And
my cheat day is like I had a piece of pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would argue that you can if you're willing to just spend some time tracking the food.
Right.
Exactly.
Because like
replace that piece of pizza
every
with something else,
time
and
not a show goes by. Not a Duke City show goes by that somebody sees me eating pizza from our sponsors and they're like, "Oh, is this a cheat day?" And I'm like, "No, this is just how I eat."
Exactly. As long
I'm
as
only having one piece. This is good. This is fine.
I've never talked to you about this, and yet this is exactly what I like. Like I don't sit down and document, but if you ask me like every day, Brody, if you ask me every day, like at the end of the day, you're like, "Hey, do you know what you ate today?" Yes, I could tell you what I ate all day long.
Yeah,
and I could tell you like if I've eaten like fruit for breakfast and then like a very sensible like vegetable rich lunch. You know what? I might have some crap for dinner.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
That's how you have to live.
The degree that you're willing to track is the degree that you can quote unquote go off and have the bad foods, which I don't believe there are any bad foods short of anything that you're allergic to.
Right.
And I just drove to Phoenix yesterday. I drove there yesterday and I drove back today. And this morning when I left,
there's
I had
not a lot of options that are healthy.
There's not a lot of options that are quote unquote healthy.
Yeah.
And so like I had a McGriddle this morning.
Yeah.
Steak, egg, and cheese. It's delicious.
Delicious.
And all I did is I just track it.
And terrible for you.
It's
but like
that's a whole different conversation. I don't believe that it is.
No,
we can talk about that.
But like what I love now is like you go to these like truck stops now, like Love's and whatever, and you pull in. They'll have like fruit, like I went.
They have this great display with like apples, bananas, grapes,
dude, and the
oranges.
They had
eggs.
They had pre-peeled oranges.
Yes,
in a thing. It was like 6 oranges in a thing, and I was like, oh shit, got it right away, loved it.
Yeah, and so it's wild because people frequently ask me what I do for my diet, and I tell them
you track everything.
I just track everything. I have an app. I show them the app, and I'm like, this is what I do. Oh, that takes so much time.
No, it didn't. No time.
Not
I can
what you
show you
understand?
on my screen time. It takes me not even 5 minutes a day.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to do that,
And you don't have to go that granular.
No.
I do because I like literally not having to worry about any restaurant or any
But
type of food.
Once you know how to track it,
Right.
like it doesn't take any time at all.
Right.
Yeah, and then you find a few meals that you really like, and you just eat them on repeat, and you cycle through however many you
Right.
need to cycle through to just keep it feeling fresh.
You know that this is this many calories
Correct.
and this many, yeah.
Yes.
And then it's just copy paste. And
Well,
it's so easy.
and I know people are gonna be like, "Well, Chris, you're on like Manjaro, so of course you've lost weight." Okay, but here's what someone told me. They're like, "I'm on it because of like my blood sugar. I'm not on it to lose weight. I didn't do it for vanity issue. I did it for blood sugar, and the vanity part just came after. So
Yeah.
it's fine." But like, someone's like, "Well, as soon as you get off of it, you'll gain all the weight back," and I agree with that. If you keep doing the same thing you did to gain all the weight in the first place,
Yes.
but
So
but I've changed all that.
how is that different from the people that go on keto and then the weight comes
Right.
back? Because what did they
Exactly.
do? They went back to the way they ate before without understanding the changes that they needed to make.
Right.
So that's no different.
Yeah, it's not.
no
And it's
different.
like, so it's like you have to be like, I know people who've been on who are on Ozempic,
Yeah.
who gained 40 pounds.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking miracle.
It
You have to. It's a booster. You have
It's
to
a
change.
tool.
Yes.
it's like having a wrench. It's like having pneumatic tools to work on a car versus hand tools.
Yeah.
It'll help you if you know how to use them.
Yeah.
If you don't-
if you still do the same bad shit,
Yeah, you're still gonna
you're
gain
you're
weight.
still eating like fucking lard.
One of my first diet experiments I ran on myself
Mm-hmm.
was with intermittent fasting, because around the time it came out, people were like, "This is the magic for
Nah.
losing weight because it changes your hormones and blah 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 and all this
There's
stuff."
no
That's-
magic,
That's
man.
none of it's true. None of
No.
it's true.
Nope.
And so what I did was like, all right, cool. I think I have an idea of why this actually works. I think it's the calories.
Right.
This is like very early Tony lifting stuff. And I was like, I think it really just comes down to the calories.
Well, it's also when your
So-
metabolism is at its peak.
ish.
Ish.
We've seen that it doesn't change until you're like 60.
Well, yeah.
So-
that's true. Yeah.
And so the experiment was like, all right, if I take the intermittent fasting principles, fast for 16 hours, eat only 8 hours a day, what if I just go super high calorie? I should gain weight. If it's the calories. If there's magic in intermittent fasting, I can eat whatever I want and not gain any weight.
Right.
Shockingly, I gained 20 pounds by going to 4,000 calories.
Yeah. Of
when
course.
I was, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
When I was 150 pounds.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I was like, all right, cool. it's not the fasting. It's
No.
not the keto. It's not the carnivore. It's just the
what I'm
calories.
saying is like if you eat, like I know people that do the fasting where they only eat certain times of the day,
Yeah.
and I see that because like late at night your
If
body's
anything, it just maintains
Well,
a metabolism.
If it helps you, if it helps make it easier because
Yeah.
like you get to skip a meal and it just makes it easier adherence wise,
Yeah.
awesome. But there's nothing magical about it.
well no, but like
And that's the
if
thing
you're
that's
eating
the part
late
I hate.
if you're eating late at night, your body's not going to burn it because it's your body's like starting to slow down. It's like I'm going to go to sleep.
Everyone knows you
And
have
it
your
can-
steak in the morning.
Yeah, and it can get in the way of sleep a little bit depending on what's in the meal.
True that. Yeah.
And so like there's that, but there's nothing magic about
No.
any of them. Any of the
It's
diets.
just like the whole thing is like people always want that magic. It's like just change what the way you fucking eat.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, that Snickers comes in a little fun size. You don't have to have the whole bar.
just get that, like that's a tweak right there. Just
Yeah.
buy like fun size whatever you want and just have one.
I mean, a lot of little fun size equals a candy bar.
Yeah, so you just have to have
Self-control.
a little bit of self control. Which I thought you were an adult, to where you can just say, okay, cool, I can have like 2 of these and be fine,
Yeah. And if you can't, stop eating it altogether.
and just stop eating it altogether.
Yeah.
That's an option too.
Mhm.
And so ever since that experiment, it's just been like, all right, cool, it's just the calories. And I spent time just going like, all right, maybe it has to do with the sugar or the type of carbs or like the type of fat, and like I've tried them all.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried them all.
And also learn what a portion is.
Yeah, learn what a portion is. Like
It
there's
fits in your hand.
Yeah. I occasionally run into somebody that is from the US, but they go to Europe and they come back and they're like, wow, the food portion sizes there are so small. It's like, no. That's the right portion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our portions are too big.
Right. Many times, I still have that old mentality, and I'll go to a place and I'll order and I'll be like, oh wow, it was this much for this much, and then I'll eat what they brought out, and I'm like, oh, or I won't.
Yeah.
I can't eat it all, and I'm like, oh, that was too much.
Yeah.
And then you're like in your mind, you still have that old like going to Cracker Barrel and the big old plate of food,
Yeah.
mentality, and like better clean your plate.
There's a
Yeah.
I mean, I got that
such
one.
a that
Terrible.
painful, mischief,
Yes.
just awful thought that we all got taught, right? Clean your
Yes.
plate.
Yep.
There's a restaurant that I love going to, Bravo. It's the Italian
Okay.
restaurant
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Uptown. They have the lasagna plate is a pound of lasagna,
Oh wow.
and it's so delicious.
That's like 2 meals right there.
That's like 2 meals.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll go and I'll eat the whole thing.
Really?
I know what I'm getting myself into. But see, so the nutrition is one part of it, right?
That sounds like a food coma.
It can be
Yeah.
if you don't have the habits in place to really work around that, right? So if you have a pound of lasagna and then you're just going to go sit somewhere, you're passing out. That's just the reality of what's going to happen.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So you got to use that for fuel then, right?
But if you have that pound of lasagna, you get up, you go for a walk. Now you get a chance to tell your body how to metabolize it a little bit differently. When you go for a walk after a meal, your body's more likely to take some of that energy and put it in your muscle instead of just dumping it to fat, which is usually what happens if you just do nothing. And so, right, the nutrition's one side of it, the activity's another part. So I walk 10,000 steps a day, no matter what.
Yeah.
My job usually does a good chunk of it, and so at the end of the day, I just cap off whatever I need to get to 10. I don't necessarily, as a rule, tell everybody to do 10,000, but I tell everybody to find a number that you can stick to and just make that repeatable.
Yeah.
Because if you can make that repeatable, you now make your daily activity
Right.
standardized from day to day.
Yeah.
So now the things that you track have more predictable results.
My watch came with a standard of 7,000s, and I hit that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
I can't track anything because of I can't wear a watch. I'm not allowed to do any of that stuff. But so what I do is like my work gives me like $500 a year for health and wellness. I bought an exercise bike. I'll ride an exercise bike 20 to 30 minutes per day.
That's what one of my best friends does. Like he doesn't really like the idea of walking that much right now.
No.
So he just commits to 20 minutes on a stationary
honestly,
bike every day.
They said
he's killing it.
all the research I've done, which is quite a bit, is they went through and they did all these different exercises to see which ones are burn the most calories during and in after calorie burn, because there's that after calorie burn, but then are the most sustainable.
Correct.
And the number one was walking.
Yeah.
It was the most sustainable, burn the most over.
It doesn't cost anything.
No.
You don't need you don't need a gym membership for it. You can do it anywhere.
Instead of driving today, I'm doing my runs. I'll do my errands on foot.
Yeah, you can go to a mall if you got access to it. You can go to a park if you have a good enough neighborhood, or you can get to a better neighborhood if possible. And then if nothing else, you can still get to a gym because there's lots of 10,
do your
$50
drive-bys walking. Don't even drive.
Yeah. Like there's right?
Cat.
And then just speed walk away.
Walk away.
You gonna catch me? You gonna go faster than that.
Yeah. So like there's options for it, and walking's simple, right?
Yeah,
There's no real learning curve to walking.
No.
The learning curve was when you were 1.
Right.
And you figure that out.
get
My
some-
head's too big.
Get some good headphones.
I keep falling
and,
over.
Audiobook and walk.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's it.
That's like my cart. Like that's it. Like my cart. Most of my steps, if not all of them, are just walking. I don't do stairs. I don't do the elliptical. I don't run, sprint, like any sort of.
Well, see, a lot of that's I'm 50, and a lot of that stuff's just really rough on the joints, man.
Yeah.
No thanks.
And I know people that run 15, 20, 30 miles a week, and they are proud of it while they also have plantar fasciitis, or while they also have knee pain, and
the older they get, the worse that's going to get, man.
defend it to the death, and it blows my mind.
Yeah, I
that
know.
You think you're doing fitness right, but you have this pain that won't go away. It's like, no, you're doing it wrong.
If you're hurting yourself.
That's what your body's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
And then you keep pushing yourself.
Well, I need different shoes. No.
And then get surprised when you tear a ligament or when you tear a muscle. It's like your body was telling you for 4 months to stop and you wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
I'm entirely too lazy for that to ever happen to me.
Right.
I'm like, that hurt. I'm done forever.
Yeah.
No, come back. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
And so, lifting's the same way. I know people that go to the gym and lift weights, 5, 6, 7 times a week or twice a day because, I think they're just addicted to the gym. That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, that is a thing, man.
But that is a thing. And so, which is, okay, but there's a way to do that. And it's not the way that I see it done.
Yeah.
Because people just want to do more and more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing. They end up with a nagging, I have a friend that keeps trying to get me to lift the way he lifts because I don't lift with a whole lot of volume, meaning like sets or reps.
Right.
And this is the way I program for my clients too. Like I program everything based off of what I've done that was successful for me and what's been successful for people that I've worked with in the past. So like my workouts are just 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. They're usually about an hour a piece. And it's not a lot of sets. It's not a lot of reps, but it's based off of the stuff that's most effective.
Right.
That's,
You spend your time wisely.
Yes.
You don't waste time.
Which then makes it more sustainable because you don't dread going to the gym the next time because you're still sore or exhausted from the last workout.
Right.
Which some people like. The same thing with the plantar fasciitis. Like some people wear that as a badge of honor. I'm like, okay, you're not the person I want to work with anyway, because you're looking for something else. You're not looking to just get in better shape.
Yeah.
You're
the no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
Individual.
There's something underneath that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And he keeps trying to get me to like bench press way more because that's like his lift, but his shoulder always hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts every single day, and I'm like,
This
why?
sounds awful.
I'm like, why would I want to lift like that? I don't want my shoulder to be like your shoulder.
Yeah. What I do is I ride the bike.
Yeah.
I plank 2 minutes every day. I do dumbbells, like a bunch of different exercises.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
That's it.
And then walking. I mean, because I walk a lot of work. I don't have to. At my work, there's so much walking that it's.
Yeah.
I don't have to look at it like I know.
You just because of just the nature of your job.
Yeah.
Mine is the same way. That's why I just chose a simple step goal because
Yeah.
I'll usually get 60% of them just at work.
And I've been able to maintain the weight I'm at for like literally like months.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my workout's just all my own body weight plus a weight vest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push-ups, sit-ups, squats.
Yeah.
Yeah. People like everybody wants to make it hard. They want it to be as hard and difficult as possible. And
Well, the other thing too is people focus on one thing. Like, I'm going to ride the Peloton bike, and that's all I do.
yeah.
Or I do, or I'm going to just lift, and it's like, no, well, you got to do some cardio. You're not going to do any cardio? Like,
Yeah.
that's weird. Your body needs more than that. Like,
Yeah.
you can
Well,
lift all those weights all day and then have a heart attack
If
later
we
on.
encounter a bear in the
See
woods,
that, right?
I'm going to outrun you.
Right.
Yeah. I don't have to be the fastest. I just have to be faster than you.
Right. All right. Well, we're at the first hour. So, Tony, you've got Thursday at Duke City Championship Wrestling at the El Rey. Tickets still on sale.
Yep. DCCW.
I don't
tickets.
even know what they look like I know the ringside are all gone. I think there's still stage.
I think there's still a few on the stage, and then there's tons of general admission.
and there's
still
tons
available.
of seats that are in not tons of seats, but seats behind front row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I know this.
But you can definitely come and watch. I've got the belt on.
I've sat in the seats.
I'll be doing commentary. I'll be there. I'm back. I wasn't at the last two. I think I don't know. Was the last well because the last I mean that wasn't the last one. Last one was Hall of Spirits.
Yes. Last one was Hall of
And then I
Spirits.
wasn't going to be at the one at the block because I was in Houston. I don't know what I was doing at the one for Hall of Spirit. Maybe that was Houston. Oh, I was going to be at the one at the block and it got canceled.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So I'm back, and as far as I know, I'll be at the one in November, hopefully. But you got anything else going on? Where do people go for this for your weight training?
So for any questions about that, you just hit me up on Instagram. So you go there, you look up Tony Davis Coaching.
Yeah.
You'll find my page there. You can send me DMs if you just have more questions or if you just have questions about what you're already doing. There's a link there to just get signed up for my program. There's also a 7-day free trial as well. So if you just want to jump in, just poke around, see what it's like before you actually spend a cent, by all means do so. Because coaching is also one of those things where it's like, it's still at the end of the day hard to know what you're getting into without actually being in it. Like it's not like buying a car. You can't really. This is my answer to trying to figure out how to get you to test drive like you would be able to test drive a car before you commit to buying it. So 7 days to try out the coaching before you spend anything on it.
I feel like you're the kind of person that should coach people who just want to get in shape. Not the weightlifter.
Yeah.
Not that you're the guy that's like someone's like, hey, I want to get into shape. I've been a dad for multiple years. I've got a dad bod.
Yeah.
And I'd like to really get it into shape. I've seen what you've done for Gabe.
That's just what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
Like Gabe Gambino's 60 pounds down and he's been holding it off too.
Yeah.
So those
Gabe's
are the people
no longer
I like.
a fat lard.
Yeah. And so those are the people I like working with more, just the more regular people that are just trying, like the people that I'm trying to reignite that flame for people that think that their best years physically are behind them. Right. Because we learned that when you hit 30, it's all downhill. And I don't believe that. So I'm
in the best shape I've been in fucking years.
And so am I at 40.
Yeah, I'm 50.
I'll go out of town for wrestling and almost every time I'm the first one up the next morning and I'm ready to go and everybody else is still trying to like drag themselves.
I fell a while ago and I'm feeling
and you just popped right up.
Yeah.
You just popped right up like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So like, that's what I'm trying to pass on to everybody else is a way that you can still feel the way you did before life got in the way and life just dragged you through the mud for 10, 15, 20 years. Because that's what happens to everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Smiley, what do you got going on?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
So we've got for this second weekend of October, we're going to be in Chicago for Chronicon.
Amazingly enough,
30th
yes.
anniversary of Mallrats. Super stoked for that.
We're taking a party train up there.
We're going to take the Amtrak. We're taking Amtrak to Chicago.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're going to podcast on the train, all that stuff. Yeah, we're going to do some cool stuff with that.
Mallrats is such a
Then with Santa Fe Comic-Con, I'll be there. I still have to sign the contract and the NDA. I'm going to be somebody's handler. I don't know which celebrity yet, but somebody's
Yeah,
handler.
you got to sign the NDA first.
movie. Yeah.
I think it's going to be Robert Wall.
You can say that before you signed it.
I don't know. I just said I think. I
Okay.
don't know. I'm not sure. He was announced, and I know that my friend reps him, so we'll see.
So you're hoping. That.
Yeah, and someone's like, "Who's he?" I was like, "He was in the first Batman, Michael Keaton Batman." So that's a big one. So so that's happening. I'll be Thursday, Duke City Championship Wrestling. Come say hi. Come get a photo or whatever. I'll sign your baby.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you need me to do. I'll sign your baby. I'll do all that. But we'll be back for the second hour with Tony, and with that,
We are 10 drink minimum.
Oh, we're back. It's the Billy/Wavy hour. Let's see if the cameras are all crazy. Turbo Tony's still here with us. I think Smiley went out. Did he go outside?
Yeah.
Smiley's here. I'm your host, Chris Burnett. This show is sponsored by One Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. I don't know why that's not on the screen anymore. Let me fix that. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. And maybe that's gone. Maybe not. Oh, that's what's going on here. I think they did an upgrade and some things got changed. Here we go. Maybe? There it is. Kinda. No, should be that one. There we go. There's our Topo Chico Seltzer sponsor, and there's James Smiley. So some shit happened yesterday. Not yesterday, Friday. That I'm still reeling about a little bit. So I turned 50 in February, right? You know, Tony?
Okay.
So I'm getting my hair cut by Gabe on Friday because my normal person, she has jury duty.
Oh.
And I'm
It's going around right now.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting in the chair and like my phone just goes brah, 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 like not the normal like text. I pull it out and it's like Amber Alert. No, sorry. Silver Alert.
Aha.
And I go, oh dang, some poor old person's lost. And it goes, 50-year-old blah blah blah. And I go, I'm sorry, 50-year-old? I'm in the Silver Alert category now?
Amazing.
Not happy. First of all, what do you do? Like, Silver Alert's for, like, you know, someone who wandered off
Yeah.
because the brain is mush. You're 50. What are you doing? What's happening there? And someone's like, I could have got kidnapped. I'm like, who's getting kidnapped?
My brother just turned 51 like this last month, and he's in like twice as good shape as I am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Silver
fit.
Alert. What the fuck?
I have a Silver Alert. I'm like, no, that couldn't be right.
Yeah.
I don't think my brother even has gray hair yet.
I do.
It's like when you get that first AARP envelope in the mail.
Oh, my
You're like,
God.
wait a minute.
I already got that.
Yeah.
And
So
I was like, there are a lot of good deals in here.
You do get those. You start getting those in your 30s,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've been getting them.
And so, like, I know a guy he's like 52. He works downtown. I'm not going to out him, but he's like, I was talking about it. He's like, I have my AARP card, and I was like, oh, you do? And he goes, yeah, I use it to cut cocaine. And I was like, dude, you're like 53. You should not be doing cocaine. He's like, oh, I don't do as much. And I'm like, that's the most punk rock shit I've heard in a long time. But you do get some good deals, right?
That's
But
There's literally some good deals on
Yeah.
there. I've looked at the website. I'm like, you know what? This doesn't seem that bad.
and you could be in your 20s and sign up for ARP.
There's actually no age cutoff.
They're not allowed to. Yeah, it's the ageism, man.
Huh.
Can't do it.
I've never actually looked into it. I've always just seen the envelopes and just laughed because I'm like, well,
Yeah, it's
It's
because it's a
that
pride.
chapter.
It's a pride thing.
yeah.
Like, I'm not there. I'm 50 and I still don't have it. I'm like, nah, I don't know. I can go to the senior citizen back here center and get free lunch.
See, you start stacking all the discounts now.
Actually, you're not technically discount. Like a lot of places don't consider you for the discount till you're 55. So
Aha. You still got a little bit longer to go
Not
before
there
you get
yet.
there.
Not there yet.
Wow.
Man, that's a rough part of life when shit like that happens. You're like, silver alert. Oh, poor bastard. 50?
I saw that one.
How is
too.
he only 50?
I got that alert as well.
I was so
and
mad.
I didn't even think about it. I'm like, yeah, poor 50-year-old guy.
Yeah. Poor old mush brain.
Now you know the next time you get one, just text Chris and be like, "Hey,
Are you okay?
Hey, Chris, you all right? And so my friends were making fun of me yesterday. They're like, we're going to start giving you gifts, and they'll just all have air tags in them. Has anybody got eyes on Chris? Is he okay? And I'm all, hang on, everybody. Just mush brain.
I gotta try that on my brother. He'd probably hit me.
Oh, man. Yeah, they're like, we got you these shoes. They got air tags in them.
Silver alert. Is this you, Matt?
Yeah.
I will wring your neck, literally. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That doesn't answer the question though. Is that you or?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean,
Are
look
you
a little
lost? Are you lost? Are you okay? Are you lost? Yeah, that was a tough one, man. I don't know how to swallow stuff like that, man. But you said you're in your 40s, right?
Yeah, I'll be 41 in November.
How has lifting changed for you since you turned 40?
So I used to fall into the whole like high volume lifting crowd. So like I would do like the 4, 5, 6, whatever insane number of sets and reps and just try to do like what they call drop sets, where you basically go to failure, you drop the weight, you do another set until that fails, you do it again, and you just completely obliterate your muscles.
Yeah.
burnout.
You just burn yourself out, and then you just keep trying to burn yourself out. That's like the goal of the workout in that style. And when I was doing that, I always had like elbow pain and I had knee pain and stuff hurt, right? Because it's basically a different form of a repetitive stress injury.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Office places, corporate jobs talk about that all the time. And since I've completely separated from that, and now I just go much higher intensity, so the weight's heavier, but it's fewer sets and it's fewer reps. It's like maybe 4 to 8 reps, just in that range. 2 sets.
Not
per
as much
exercise.
sustained stress.
Not as much sustained stress. I feel the best I've ever felt. So like, and consider that this is also a professional wrestler saying this.
Right.
I'm in no pain.
Yeah. You've been wrestling how long? Since
Since
2009?
2009.
That's a long fucking time.
So minus essentially what comes up to a 5-year break
Yeah.
from the time I wasn't wrestling. So subtract those years. But yeah, like, and you've seen the stuff I've been doing this year. Like I've been diving from the top.
you
of the
do
rope
you
down
do
to
a
the floor.
swanton bomb, man.
Yeah, I do a swanton bomb that I started doing last year.
Yeah.
In May at our anniversary show.
Yeah.
I did one from the top of the ring all the way down onto the floor onto Pretty City Express.
Yeah.
So I did that.
How bad
And
did that hurt?
it didn't because of adrenaline, and there
Right.
was a slight fear that I was gonna just jump over them and clear the guardrail and just make it to like the second row.
Yeah.
Because as I jumped, I was like, I gave it way too much juice.
and then the fans get to keep you at that point.
And then the fans get to keep you. So, but yeah, like nothing hurts. So I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah,
No, that's amazing.
That's part of it. Like when you see, and I mean, not to bash anybody, but like when you see wrestlers out there that are like in the ring and they're like just body wise out of shape, like are they just really punishing their body for later on?
I would say so.
Yeah.
They're punishing their bodies right now too,
Yeah,
because if you're not in shape, your skeleton's just not as strong. Because when you lift weights, you tell your body to make your bones stronger because that's what supports your ability to lift weight.
right.
So your bones get stronger, your ligaments get stronger, your everything gets stronger because it's supporting the work that you're asking it to do. So if you're not going to the gym, you're gonna be more likely to hurt yourself in a big way. And it's not to say I don't get hurt at all. I still have things that go a little wrong and I still get hurt, but my recovery time is also way faster.
What are your thoughts on creatine?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that there was a phase where, like every other supplement, people were trying to find reasons to tell people not to take creatine.
right.
So they started testing it for all these other things that didn't have to do to muscle, that didn't have to do with muscle, to find this flag and this sort of smoking gun so they can tell people stop.
And then they kept finding newer things that was helping. Yeah,
And then they found out, oh, this actually works for depression. Oh,
Yeah.
this works for anxiety. This works for mental health in general. It
Yeah.
works for memory. It works for stress. So
they
like,
say it works for people when you get older, like to help with your memory. Yeah,
yeah. So like now it's becoming a thing where I'm becoming more of like everybody should be taking some amount of creatine a day.
Yeah, no, everything I've read just points to excessive creatine's bad for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a ridiculous amount.
But
And of course that's bad.
That's true of literally everything.
Literally
Every
everything.
fucking thing.
Too much of water will kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot to get there.
Yeah.
No,
But
it's
there's a line
just-
that if you cross that,
just
you're in
like
bad
a-
sorts.
Just like a gallon.
Yeah.
You get like a pretty weird like mental high. We
Yeah.
got bored at my work one time and
It's-
did like water chugging competitions.
The average is 8 liters, so like 2 gallons. If you drink that over like 2
we would see who could
hours,
chug a gallon of water the fastest.
Yeah.
So it was
a
one
gallon, you'll
gallon.
start feeling a little wonky.
Well, there was
Oh.
the lady that died when they did they hold your wee for a wee.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you drink if you drink too much water too fast, your body can't process it
Oh, yeah.
out.
And it dilutes,
It
all
dilutes
your electrolytes.
which I don't know if you know this, but electrolytes are how your brain tells your muscles to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Period. Your heart is a muscle. So if you don't have electrolytes, your brain can't tell your heart to pump.
Right. Oops.
Oopsie.
I can tell you just from chugging a gallon of water,
Yeah.
you go into like a giggle fit for like 15 minutes because you just messed up your body pretty bad.
Yeah.
And you're like, water can do this? Yes, it can.
Uh-huh.
What other supplements would you recommend?
Creatine's the like foundation. Creatine, if you really need to, protein powder is a great one too.
Yeah.
Though I'm in the middle of reframing my beliefs about protein.
Really?
Because people think it has to be a really high number, and I don't know
No.
that I believe that so much
No.
anymore. So those two, fish oil's great, and most people seem to do really well on a vitamin D supplement,
Yeah. Okay.
and that's really
I take vitamin D.
that's really the main 4 that I would suggest to everybody.
So
D3K2, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So like it's weird because like being on like Manjaro, I've seen these people that like I went to school with in high school, whatever, that used to be heavy,
yeah,
and now they're not. And the problem I see with them, and people call it like Ozempic face, Ozempic body,
yeah,
whatever, is they don't do protein and they don't do any kind of weight training.
right.
And it's like, you can lose the weight like by changing your diet and changing the way you eat and then taking it, but then you're going to lose muscle mass,
Yeah,
and it looks weird.
mm-hmm.
Like your arms look all weird and you look skeletal,
Yeah.
and you have to do more. You just can't. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if you go and you just try to lose weight just with diet, regardless if it's a traditional calorie deficit, if it's keto, if it's carnivore, if it's a GLP-1, this is true across all of them.
Yep.
You'll lose weight for sure if you just maintain a calorie deficit, but if you don't pair it with any sort of strength training, you'll basically lose about half fat, half muscle.
Yeah.
So you'll lose muscle mass because muscle costs the body a lot of energy.
Yep.
So when you're in a calorie deficit, your body does whatever it can to save energy.
Right.
So it cuts down muscle to cut down your energy costs day to day.
Also,
Right.
your own muscles are delicious. Your body wants to eat them up anyway.
Correct. It holds glucose, it holds sugar, and it holds water. If you pair your weight reduction efforts with strength training, you now lose like 80% fat, maybe up to 20% muscle, depending on the quality of your programming. You can drop that number
Right.
quite a bit, depending on how well your programming is. So like one way you'll end up looking the way you described, and
Right.
the other way you won't look that way. You'll
See,
look
I don't-
you'll look like the way you look now.
Thank you. Like I don't think I look like that. I don't look.
You don't.
I don't have a big body. And like people are like, well, so you just took this drug and you look like. I'm like, no, fuck no. And it's like here's my suggestion. You could tell me if I'm wrong. Like being on that, like the worst thing I think people do is they go full in. Like they're like full in on diet, full in on weight training, and it's like you need to like slowly, like wean yourself off of like the bad food or like eating a lot. Like start, scaling it down. Don't just jump to like, I'm going to stop eating all this food.
Yeah.
Well, then your like body is like, what the fuck just happened?
It freaks out. Yeah.
Freaks out. And then they'll go to the gym and they'll fucking like I haven't been to the gym in like fucking 3 years, but I'm going to go in for an hour and I'm going to fucking do all these things. And then your body's fucking like burnt out, exhausted and like sore as fuck and you can't move. And then you don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Any of
It completely demotivates you, and
Yeah.
it should from the sound of it, right? Because that sounds
you've got
terrible.
to slowly, you've got to, like for me, like I got on the bike and I started riding, and I rode as much as I could, and then I did that until all of a sudden I could feel like my body was like, I can do more,
Yeah.
and then I did more,
And then you just push it a little bit more.
push a little more, and then you're like, okay, well now I'm at where I want to do it, this much a day, and then I lift this much a day, and then as I've slowly gotten more in shape, I've all of a sudden I'm like see things and I'm like, oh, I should try that. And I look into it and I like do research on like whatever, like, like pull-ups or like, different exercise. And it's like, it's weird. It's like, you just kind of start gearing your life towards that.
Yeah.
But if you do it slowly and gradually and move away from
On
one
a gradient.
thing,
Yeah.
gradient.
Correct. Yeah. Like that would be like
It
trying
just
to go
works.
from driver's ed school to the Belgian Grand Prix.
It's like
Oh, that's easy.
the
Yeah.
the detox. I do a detox like every year for a month.
Yeah.
And I start with no booze and smokes,
Mhm.
and then it moves from there till eventually by the end of the month I have no processed sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to do it slow because otherwise you're like, I'm losing my mind. I want something nice in my body.
To do no processed sugar completely is
Well,
so
so
tough.
But you have to work towards that.
yeah, it's tough. I think it can be done.
Yeah.
But you have to know what you're in for.
Right.
And nobody knows what they're in for by doing that.
Well, because you have to go look at a can of green beans. You're like,
Yes.
oh fuck, there's sugar in
Yes.
this.
Well, it's not even it's that, yes, and
Yeah.
but there's more to it because there's all the hormonal changes and everything that happens when we have processed sugar, that when you disrupt that process, you cause your body to freak out.
Yep.
So when you have a lot of processed sugar, specifically if you have it without protein, because protein can actually level out the whole blood sugar response system.
Yep.
But if you just have, all right, like a bag of chips, a big bag of chips, it'll cause your blood sugar to go up, and it'll go up fast. The issue is when it goes up fast, it comes down faster. And that crash is what happens. That's the food coma. That's when you start getting moody. That's when you start getting cranky. That's when you start getting hungry. That's your body freaking out, telling you that you need to eat something. Because it's in this now quasi-panic state, it doesn't care about how much. It just wants some food because it literally thinks it's dying.
Yeah.
So if you don't know to expect that, you will freak out and you will just cave into that. So you'll never leave that system. When you try to just cut everything out, you're basically sitting at the bottom of that valley and you're willfully not giving your body what it needs. So then it just gets louder and louder and louder. And eventually people just cave into that because nobody says, hey, this is part of the process. If you push through that, knowing that it happens, and if you push through that doing these things instead, and we can talk about what some of those things are, you can actually get through that. And if you get through that, now you're on easy street. But you kind of have, it's a low grade type of withdrawal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What is
Because I got a sweet tooth. I got a sweet tooth for sure.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to the last week of my detox, like there better be some ripe nectarines around.
Yeah.
Maybe some black cherries. I hope there's something sweet in season.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that stuff's, that's not going to kill you. I mean, that's good stuff right there.
Oh no,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
by
yeah.
the end of that month, I feel great.
Yeah.
Like every time. I'm
Well,
like,
it's weird, like when you cut a lot of that sugar and stuff out of your diet, like how much better fruit is.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this fruit is amazing,
Yeah. So like, here's the thing about processed food is they usually have these teams, these food companies have these teams of scientists whose entire job is to make these foods as tasty and as addictive as possible.
Right.
So they jack up the flavor profile so that they taste so good that strawberries don't taste like anything.
Right.
Water doesn't taste like anything. There's all these people that like, I don't like the taste of water, or water doesn't taste like anything. It's kind of not supposed to.
Right.
But when you're used to drinking Cokes and Sprites and Gatorades and all the fruit juices, it will feel empty because by comparison, there's nothing there. And it's
Right.
the same with candies set next to fruit. When you're used to Snickers and M&Ms and Skittles and Starburst, and then you go to like an apple's not going to taste like anything. Because by comparison, your frame of reference is so far over here.
Right.
that
So
an apple just-
extreme.
an apple doesn't even hit anything.
Interesting.
you're all, this is crunchy.
What's a New Mexico food that you just have to eat?
A New Mexico food that I have to eat.
Yeah, that's not like
Well, 'cause New Mexico food is not very healthy traditionally.
no, fuck no.
I just like,
Like the state fair just happened. I was at the state fair the
Yeah.
other night. I had the Spam fries
yeah.
because
Those are great.
they were delicious.
Yeah.
I had a corn dog
Yeah.
because they had the green chili corn dogs. They had Indian taco. I tried a little bit of someone's Indian taco.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the fair. When you go to the fair, you're gonna eat like some shit.
Yeah, so
just don't
we
eat a
were,
lot of it.
We were at the state fair last year, right? Duke
Yeah,
City Championship
yeah.
Wrestling. We had wrestling there at
Right.
least twice a day, and where they had the ring was right by one of the food roads, basically,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
right? So there's all the slushies and the turkey legs and all that stuff there, and so like
Funnel cake.
yeah,
Dude, turkey leg $25.
it's not a New Mexico food, but like I will fight somebody for funnel
Yeah,
cake.
dude, turkey leg $25 now.
I did not get a turkey leg last year because it was like 21 last year.
Yeah.
That's turkey is so cheap. That
Yeah.
is a ripoff.
Yeah, oh,
So
yeah.
the day of the Hollow Spirits show this year,
Yeah.
I left Hollow Spirits and I went to the Balloon Fiesta Park because there was Taco Fest was going on there. It was like Lil Jon and Genuine, or not Lil Jon. It was Genuine. It was a few other people.
Really?
It was like a rap concert, right?
Oh,
A
yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
different performers. And they had a wrestling show there as well. So I went from one wrestling show to the other.
Okay.
And I'm walking to the ring for my first match. I did 2 matches there, plus the one at Hollow Spirits. I'm walking to the ring, my music's playing, and out the corner of my eye, I see Funnel Cake standing. I'm like,
Oh
as
shit!
soon
Yeah.
as I'm done with my match, going directly over there.
You win, y'all.
So I finished my
I want a
match.
funnel cake, y'all.
Music's playing. I make a lap around the ring, and I slap hands, and I do all that, and I go straight to the line of the funnel cake, and I'm like, this is where I'm going to be. So
Funnel cake
like,
is
funnel
fucking-
cake is the jam.
Like we're gonna take this batter and we're gonna throw it in a fryer, in a pretzel formation, and then we're gonna put powdered sugar on it.
Yeah.
Delicious.
The reason I hesitate with the New Mexico food question is because when I think of New Mexico food, like, since I'm not from here, I see it as they just take regular food and just add green chili to it.
Oh well, I mean like enchiladas or like
Yeah, and so
it's just generally in a pool of some sort of chili.
Yeah.
and then completely covered in
Cheese.
in
In
cheese,
cheese.
so that when everything arrives at your table, you're not exactly like you're counting on the
Yeah.
waiter to tell you whose dish is different because everything is just a pool of chili with cheese on it. And you're like, no, this is my sopapilla over here.
It seems like it's all the same food, like the same ingredients, just layered different.
yeah. Mine is chips and salsa.
Yeah.
I just can't like when I go. I'm like we'll whoever I'm with, we'll finish a whole basket, and it's because of me. And then we've got to order some. They'll be like, can we get some more? And
Yeah.
then now they've stopped doing like just bringing it for free because of people like me probably.
Yeah.
But like let's go back
I ate a bag of chips before this meal showed up.
the turkey leg.
Yeah.
To me, the turkey leg is the epitome of a food item that tastes that looks way better than it tastes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's not. I mean, it's fine, but like it looks so good.
It like they taste fine. They were great when it was $9 a leg. You know, it was fantastic. Easy spend. You see how huge it is. You're like, sure, take my $9, whatever.
Yeah.
Now at 21, I'm like, no.
25 is what
25 is what it
yeah.
is this year. Yeah. No, that's not happening.
See, at that point, it's not cheap enough for you to like comically hit your friend with it. You're like, this is food I paid for.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste
I'm
this
not,
by
yeah, I'm
hitting
not
my
going to
friend.
pay that much for this and then not eat it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it has to be eaten. I can't. There's no shenanigans with this
Yeah.
turkey leg this year.
We went on. It's funny because we like go to the fair and we do none of the fair stuff.
Yeah.
We literally walk in, we'll go right to food, then right to drink, then home. It's like we could do that. We don't
That's
even have to go
fine.
to the state fair.
I'm irrationally afraid of fair rides.
I'm not okay. I get what you're saying, like because of the safety.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
it's just the idea of like I see
they
what the
bolted
rides
it together,
do,
yeah.
but they go up overnight, and I'm sure they have some. They've got to have safety protocols that they check very regularly
Who knows?
because there's not a high report of
It's
fair
the guy
rides
with
having issues.
it's the guy missing like 3 fingers.
Right?
It's like, yeah, it's good. He kicks it.
Yeah, that's looking at the bolt that's 80% on. He's like, it's fine, whatever. That's been out for months.
We'll replace it in Nebraska.
Yeah, but it just doesn't seem.
I just get motion sickness, so I don't care about them.
Yeah,
Everybody's like, "Oh, you don't like scary rides?" I'm like, "No, I don't like being sick."
yeah.
Like I get motion sickness now in the back of an Uber.
Oh no.
Yeah. So like being on the fucking super loop, I'm gonna be that my night's ruined.
Yeah,
I'm sick.
yeah.
You know?
But yeah, to flip that, if I go to
Yeah.
Universal Studios, I'll hop on everything.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll pay whatever so I can just get straight to the front of the line and I'll just get on that mummy ride. You can't
Yeah.
see anything that's going on. I don't
You're
care.
all, I can see the safety inspector right there. We're good.
And this ride has been here for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Nothing's gone wrong with
They
it.
don't move it from town to town.
Yeah, they don't move it. Yeah.
Sometimes in a mall parking lot because they need some money.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like this ride in this location in this particular city has been tested thousands of times.
Right.
I'm good with it.
And
Let's
rebuilt,
go.
probably rebuilt thousands of times or
Yeah.
hundreds of times.
Oh yeah, and it always looked like
Uh,
it was like freshly repainted. So like you have confidence in it.
Yeah.
Do you ever go through the state fair and they have that like, can you hang from this bar for like 3 minutes or whatever it is? You haven't
No.
seen that?
Uh-uh.
And it's like a pull up bar,
You just have to hold on to it for 3 minutes.
right? But it like spins,
Oh.
and it's a scam. I think
Yeah.
people could do it. I think
If it
it's,
was a stationary bar, yeah.
yeah, of course. But I think it's one of those things where like they want like if you do it, you'll get $100.
Yeah.
And it's like 15 to whatever
15
and,
to just
and
jump
like,
on. Yeah.
and it's funny because like it gains a crowd. It's like one of those things
Yeah.
where it's like people jump up and they grab it, or a guy will walk up, he's all ripped, and it's like, honestly, you don't want the ripped guy. You want the Ninja Warrior type body guy. You know? And yeah, that's one that has popped up in the last. You didn't see that? Like, it's been there.
Well, I haven't been this year.
No, it's been there.
So I was there last year.
Yeah. It wasn't there last year.
But I don't know if it was there last year. I was only there for the wrestling and then the slush puppy stand. That was the only two places I went. So like in between the shows, I would just go get a slushie, and I would just sip on that in between shows, go wrestle.
Yeah, you didn't get a airbrushed shirt of gangster Marilyn Monroe?
No, I did not.
I love that though. You'll go and you're like, look over, and there's Marilyn Monroe. She has a bandana over her nose and mouth. She has two pistols, and like both her arms are fully tatted. And you're like, what? Like, why is that a thing? And I'll describe it to people, and they're like, that kind of sounds badass. I'm like, but why Marilyn Monroe?
Why not?
I guess, yeah.
I generally don't like crowds of people.
Yeah, I don't either.
And so that's why, like, at the fair, I'm just like, where do I absolutely need to go? Those are the only places I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't really need to go to get slush puppies, but like it's so rare, and I like it because it reminds me a little bit of New York. So like when I see it, I get it.
The other thing that's like kind of cool to like hover around is that thing where it's like the slingshot, where they put the people in a ball.
I
and
love
it's like
that
two,
thing.
Yeah.
And it has the bungee cords attached to it, and they just fire it off.
Launches, yeah.
It's like it's like $80 to do or something. It was pretty expensive, but like But I just like being there. Like I just like being around that. Like we sat in a food court or like in a
those things are terrifying.
in a
love
bar.
going on them.
Well, I love the videos where the people are like, ah,
Yeah. And they just pass out.
and they pass out, and then they wake back up, and they're like, ah, and then they pass back out again.
Yeah.
That's the best shit. But we were getting drinks while that was happening next to us, and it was fucking fun, awesome to watch.
Yeah. That's
I love that because you're like, these fools.
Yeah.
I feel like it's $80, but it's probably a good worth $80 kind of thing.
Yeah. I've seen them all over. I've never been in one.
I'm not interested in getting on it.
Me either. I'm not interested.
They've gone
in that
up
one.
a little bit. Last time, I think I was at Six Flags in Denver, and they had one of those there, and it was $50
Oh, okay.
extra to slingshot you, and it is extreme. Like I could see people losing consciousness for sure. Like once you get to like the end threshold, you're like, all my blood just changed directions.
You're taking a lot of G's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And what is it like? F1 drivers take like 5?
4 to
4 to 5
at the highest. Yeah.
And a normal person passes out like between 4 and 5.
Yeah. They have this, I think it's at Epcot.
Yeah.
They have this ride where it simulates a space launch.
Yeah.
And they have two doors you can go into, and it's like a beginner and experienced version. The difference is like the beginner one, it's 3Gs, the experienced one, it's 5Gs.
Oh, wow.
And so I think I was there early because there was no line on either side. And I was like, let me just start with the 3 because I don't know what 3 actually feels like.
A lot.
It felt like a lot. And so I did that, and I was like, actually, okay, cool. Let's try the 5. And I went to the 5, and I was like, I was counting down the seconds before the ride ended.
Oh, yeah.
It's the exact same ride. It's identical. The only difference is just the G-force that you feel.
Yeah, and you imagine doing that in a car
for 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Is it like that circular
Yeah.
thing?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just sit in a giant centrifuge.
And
with
like
a dozen
they,
other people.
you know, and I'm surprised. Do people pass out on that one?
I felt like I was about to, so I'm sure it happens.
Because I mean, like a lot of it's because your neck's not. Well, your neck's probably stronger than most.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not even the neck strength that's probably the issue, but when you
Well, that's what F1 drivers build up to not do
they
it.
build up their necks.
They build up their necks.
When you're in that, it's like the blood in your head just gets basically moved back, and
Yeah.
you can't move to the parts of your brain that it needs to go to.
And you
So
pass out. Yeah. Which is wild.
Yeah. That's like, you can get a concussion from not hitting your head because it's not about the force.
Right.
It's just the actual impact, the G force of the impact.
Yeah. The percussion of it. I guess, yeah.
It's just your brain hitting your skull. So however that happens, your impact makes it way more likely,
That's wild.
but it's not required.
That's some wild shit. Like,
Yeah.
someone was telling me like they went to the Sphere in Las Vegas. I was hearing this story last night, so this is like secondhand. So they went to the Sphere, and they were gonna go watch like this 1 hour like movie that somebody made because regular movie, like, it's very expensive
Yeah.
to go see The Wizard of Oz. It's like for two people like $600 and some dollars, you know. But like I guess the seating is like, it's not like completely like a movie theater. It's like more vertical up.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way up into this like 56-story whatever fucking thing. So my friend, they go, like, she's with her like husband and his family, and they go out and they sit in the seats, and she looks down immediately and freaks out, gets up and goes walking away, like freaking out. And one of the employees immediately runs up to her, and they were like, is it vertigo or is it heights?
Yeah.
And she was like, and they're like, oh, all right, come with me. And they took her, and they have a room immediately for those people.
Oh, wow.
That's a desensory room.
Yeah.
And they took her in that room, and she was able to calm down. And they were like, okay, we have this other area. Let's try this for you. And they took her over, and it had a folding chair and a rail she could hold on to so she could watch the movie. And she said she was able to do that. But I guess that happens enough there that
they needed a whole solution.
A desensory room, yeah. Like, holy shit, that's pretty fucking crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you seatbelt me in, please? I'd feel more secure.
They were saying like there's escalators that go up,
Yeah.
the 56 stories, and as they go up, there's not much on either side of them, so you could just kind of see down, and it's like, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, there's you two at the bottom on the screen.
Oh, that's like those glass bridges in China. I'm like, I see like kids dancing on it. I'm like, I would be like,
oh, well,
dying.
what about the one that's like that one that comes off of like one of the cliffs in the Grand Canyon? That like balcony that's all glass.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a whole lot of nope.
There's a building in New York, the Vanderbilt building.
Yeah.
And so it's like the tallest building in Midtown Manhattan. It's like 107 stories tall. And they have an attraction where you can basically get in an elevator, go all the way up to the top. They have a 4-floor exhibit where they have just lights and mirrors and everything. So it's super immersive. But they have this one area where you can go, it is wider than the rest of the building. So there's a glass floor that goes out, so you can stand on the glass and look straight down to the street.
No. It's a whole lot of nope.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Did you freak out?
For about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And then my head is weird, so I was like, if I did a swanton, how long would that take?
Not long. Wouldn't matter to you.
It wouldn't matter to me.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that one.
Yeah.
So when you do the swanton, what is the, I mean, do you hurt yourself when you do this?
I've only hurt myself on the first one I did.
Swanton bomb, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you kind of figured it out.
And so I figured it out. So the issue that I ran into was, who was that on? It was on Jaden Monroe.
So no one knows. If you don't know, you can Google it, you can watch it, but like he gets up on the top turnbuckle of the ring. He does a suicide dive off where a front flip where you don't land on your feet. He like lands with the back of his neck literally on the wrestler kind of. Yeah.
And the flair of it that I'm still working on is just delaying the time before you actually do the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So ideally you want to do it as late as possible.
Right.
And I'm still working on getting that
the rotation on
there.
the flip, yeah.
Yeah. And so that first time, Jaden was super close to the corner. So if I'm up at the top rope, he's basically right. He's basically like a couple feet away. And the way that I've always done it before and the way that I've always done it since is the other person, I put them right in the dead center of the ring because I can jump that far.
Yeah.
And so that's what messed me up, is just not knowing how to change the timing of the flip for that shorter distance.
Which, I mean, as a wrestler, the motion, the flip, is kind of a part of a lot of different moves that you do anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
it's part of a lot of moves, and then it comes down to the timing of it all.
When you first were trying it out, like, did you use a mat?
I was a huge Jeff Hardy fan.
Yeah.
I do the move.
Yeah.
And so there are trampoline parks in town, and they have the foam pit. And
yeah.
That's where I got real comfortable with actually doing the move, is just go jump off the trampoline and then just do the flip into the foam pits. Well, I'm not going to get hurt there.
No.
And so
foam pit kind of changed a lot of things for a lot of sports.
Then I realized the real workout is getting out of the foam pit.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Getting in is easy. It's just, it takes you 4 hours to get back out. Yeah. And then then you're winded before you can do anything else. And so now at this point, the one thing that really helped me was last year's state fair. Because I wrestled 19 matches.
Oh, yeah.
And in most of those matches, I did a Swanton bomb.
Damn.
So
you just got it down.
That repetition helped me a lot with getting real comfortable with it. So now it's almost second nature.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Nitro Circus back in the day?
I did not.
It was on MTV. It was kind of like the like what Jackass started.
Yeah.
All those extreme sports guys. It was the same producers. They took that same model and they went to, on MTV. They did it was like Jackass Extreme Sports Edition. And one of the guys on there, Street Bike Tommy, he was famous because he jumped he tried to jump a Kawasaki Ninja into a foam pit and he missed.
Oh no.
He tried to backflip it into there and he missed. And because they told him you don't turn right, you got to keep turning left. It's the foam pit. But on one of the episodes, they had a foam pit, and it's because he was the only one that wasn't. He was like a contractor. He built like all their stuff, and they just became friends with him.
Yeah.
And he became a part of the show. But since he wasn't an actual athlete, he got to do all the fucking stunts that were like no skill was involved.
Yeah.
So one of them was he had to jump off it was like 10 stories into a foam pit. And he did it, and they immediately had to go over and start digging him out.
Yeah.
Before he suffocated.
Fair. Yeah. Yeah.
Because he went really down, because the terminal velocity
you got. Yeah.
Shot him down into it, and he survived, but he was like way down in the foam pit. And it's like I always wonder who was the first one that was like, we should take a bunch of old foam and throw it in a box and do backflips on motorcycles into it.
Let's just see what happens. Yeah.
And it changed motocross. It changed BMX, it changed skateboarding because these guys could do, they could get the motion down. So that's pretty crazy that that's what you did to learn it,
Yeah.
What was it like the first time you got up there on the turnbuckle to do it? It's terrifying.
It was a little terrifying the first time, but not as much as you would think, but only because I've done it a lot in wrestling training too. So once I got used to doing it in a foam pit, then I just started doing it in wrestling rings.
Well, wrestling training, what was that? It's got to be hard the first time.
The first time on the top ropes is super nerve-wracking.
Anytime.
More so when you get up there and just to have somebody check your balance and help you train your balance, they'll just hit the rope while you're standing on it too.
Right.
So you have to balance that so you don't fall off.
Let's talk about the ring a little bit. It's still I had not been in a wrestling ring until, we did Duke City Championship Wrestling, which is kind of crazy to me that I'd never done that. But getting in a wrestling ring for the very first time changes the way you think about wrestling.
Yeah, because everybody thinks it's one way.
Yep.
Everybody thinks it's a trampoline, and then they do what you did.
Well,
some form of.
I actually didn't think that. I'm the opposite. I thought it was harder than it is.
Got it.
I thought it was less flexible than it is. And then I realized, you guys have to, basically you have a cadence when you probably run.
Mm-hmm.
And, you probably don't think you do, but you do.
Yeah.
Right? But, the way you guys move in the ring to make it look like it's hard, there's skill to that. Because, when you get in the ring and you walk in it untrained, you're like, boing, boing, boing.
Yeah.
It's springy.
Yeah.
In a way,
the metal has it's 16 foot metal rods with wood on top, so there's a little bit of flex.
And everybody's like, "Oh, it's no, it's hard as fuck."
Yeah,
it's 2x6s.
Yeah,
on top of iron with padding on it, and then a mat. But it moves in But the reason why it doesn't move when they're wrestling is because the way they move across it.
Yeah,
and that changes. And so getting up on just the bottom turnbuckle, and you've never done it before, changes the way you think about watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Then the second, I've got up on the second. I've never got up on the top. It's could be terrifying a little bit to do it the first time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to, I don't know. You'd have to get really you'd have to be comfortable in the ring. You'd have to do some stuff in the ring first, get comfortable, and then, work your way up, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
There's no way you'd want to just jump up there and be like, fuck it.
Some people try.
I know.
They try to just go from 0 to 100 right away, and they usually get hurt real quick.
Yeah, it's not. It's
they
not
underestimate.
solid.
Yeah, they
it's not
underestimate
solid.
what it is.
Yeah.
I will say though, on the Swanton note, so I'm super comfortable doing it from top rope into the ring. This past May, we had our anniversary show, and I do the one from the top rope onto the floor on the Pretty City Express. And if you go back and watch the match, and I've done this a lot because it makes me laugh every time. I'm getting ready to hit Devin Reno.
Mm-hmm.
He's laying in the ring. He's in the middle. He's in the perfect spot. So I climb up and I'm ready to go. And as I'm getting ready, Class comes in, grabs him by the ankle, and just pulls him out. And so I'm like, well, I'm already up here. So if I just turn, now I'm still looking at him. And you can tell if you watch the footage, there's like a delay before I jump because I'm now questioning every decision I've ever made in my entire life. Because I've not done this before. I've not practiced this before. I'm just like, all right, well, here we go. I just have to jump or the crowd's going to hate me because they're going to hate that I just don't do this.
Right.
And the only thing I remember hearing other than this long mental conversation that I'm having with myself, trying to convince myself to go, is the crowd start getting quiet a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, we got to go. And that's what snapped me out of it. And I just jumped.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they talk about when you hear these wrestlers. They're like, you got to put your trust in the other wrestler.
Yeah.
Because you have to put their trust in them that they're going to catch you.
Yeah.
You know, and they may not. They may not be able to. I mean, it may not be their fault.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not prepared. Like you see some of these things and you're like, ooh, fuck.
And that's really what it was. Like I knew that they'd take care of me.
Yeah.
But I was like, but that's only if I get to them.
Yep.
So
correct.
How do I make sure, having not done this before, how do I make sure that I don't just go splat on the floor right before them, or like I mentioned before, go completely overshoot them and just go into the crowd?
Yeah.
Because
that's not something you normally do.
Yeah. Because it's not something I normally do in that way.
And from the ring to the guardrail is not a lot of room.
No.
No.
And it's a drop on its own. Because that top rope is, I think in that ring, it's a little more than 4 feet off the floor of the ring.
Yep.
So that's 4 feet. And then it's another 4 feet from the ring floor down.
Yep.
So that's an 8-foot drop there. Then you stretch it because it wasn't a straight drop. It was all the way over to almost the opposite corner because of where they were.
Right.
So it was a journey.
Yeah. So that was definitely a cool moment, though. I mean, I dug it. I was there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So are you and Tommy going to keep tag teaming? Is that going to be a thing still?
I would like to, but
yeah.
I have fun tag teaming with Tommy. He's fun.
The
He gives
two
me
scoops,
he usually
turbo
gives
test?
me he forces me to take pre-workout before the match. At first I was
Does he
reluctant.
really?
Yeah, but now I'm like, all right, let's do some. We'll do some pre-workout beforehand.
What do you mean, like take the 2 scoops?
Yeah, like it's not just a name for him. So like he'll it's, if anything, it's kind of a name because usually he'll end up taking a 3rd scoop of pre-workout before his matches.
Mm-hmm.
So when he comes out and he's just super amped up and he's just shaking everything, that's just because he's that geeked out on caffeine and everything else that's in the pre-workout. So they usually have like 200 to 300 milligrams per scoop.
Shit.
Wow.
And so he's doubling or tripling that.
I gotcha.
So he's very hyper.
All right.
So,
I love Tommy. He's great. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for Thursday. I'm excited to get back at it, and it's kind of the beginning of this like busy period for me where I'm about to go into, this and then October, Night of Living cover bands, then Chronicon, and then Santa Fe Comic Con, and it's gonna be something else. Then right after that, it's the fucking holidays. So
and then that's a whole other chapter.
Yeah. We'll see. So so Thursday, Duke City Championship Wrestling. Get your tickets. Yes. And Tony's the poster boy for Hard Reset, and you're wrestling
Lonzo Romero.
Yeah, he's a newcomer.
He's making his debut in New Mexico. Like I mentioned before, he's from New Mexico. Went to Iowa to train at Black and Brave.
Yeah,
and
so we're cheering for him because he's from here. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know.
I'm kidding.
You give him an inch, you give him a microphone, and he just runs with it.
And then sometimes you get people to boo for him.
See, I would not. I can't wait till Smiley gets to perform at something. I'm gonna be like, boo! This guy sucks.
And I would have it coming.
He would have it coming.
I'd be like, I knew it.
So I'm excited. Come see me. I'll be there as well. I haven't figured out what outfit I'm gonna wear yet, but I will definitely be dressed up. And
just follow the white frame glasses.
There you go. Yeah, I need to get those shirts made. They keep telling me that ask me why I don't have any merch, and I'm like, I have no good answer for that. Yeah. So I should get some made. A couple of 8x10 glossies so I could sign them for people. People have asked for those. I've had
there you go.
I've had those asked for.
We should get those before the next con.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. For El Paso maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yes, since I'm a featured guest in
You're-
El Paso.
Oh, so you definitely need him for
Yes.
for that.
I'll be like, oh yeah, here you go.
Well, someone wanted my signature at the last one we were at, the
Nice.
Comic Palooza, and I was like, I don't have a photo, or I have nothing to sign.
I know
Yeah.
people they're like, really? I'm like, sorry, we don't think of ourselves that way, but yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be at Duke City Championship Wrestling on Thursday. Smiley probably won't because he'd probably be working.
I will be. I'm working like every day that I can before we go out of town.
Okay, sounds good. But yeah, thank you, Tony, for coming on. It's been
course.
great.
Thanks
Go
for
check
having me
out
back.
what's the site for your coaching.
So best way to get there is you just head to my Instagram, Tony Davis Coaching on Instagram. There's a link on my profile that takes you straight there.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
And get
$79 a month,
jacked.
7-day free trial, so you can
Yeah.
peek in and scope around and see what it's like. And it's not like there's always this thing where like you sign up for a thing, it has a free trial, but if you want to cancel, you have to like have the conversation with the person, and they're gonna try to like sell you on reasons that you don't want.
Well,
to
you said you
cancel.
wanted to get
They
ripped,
try to
man.
write that. With school, it's like a 2-button click and you cancel. So you do it without even having to talk to me. So it's not like I'm not like there's no setup for like, oh, you're gonna cancel. Like, why do you want to cancel? Like,
Yeah.
you can talk to me if you want to. If you go in and you're just like, this isn't for me, you hit 2 buttons, you cancel. You don't even have to talk to me. So
See, I like that.
it's easy in, it's easy out. I don't believe in this like
Yeah, make it hard for him to cancel.
like I'll
Valley
try
Fitness.
to like put the finger in the pain to make them hurt. to make
What was it?
really
The
wanna
fitness
sign up.
places you had to like write a letter and then deliver it in person. They would not. They were,
That's terrible. I
See,
don't know
Brody
who
hates
is.
that too.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And
All
so
right.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, we're gonna end because Brody says it's time. So thank you for Tony. Thank you, Smiley. With that,
We are 10 drink minimum.